the hope for Haiti rests with the people. It rests within the spirit of the people of Haiti. And I know that sounds like a very sort of tropey, easy response. But the solutions have to be Haitian solutions. They have to include the Haitian diaspora, the people who have been educated within Haiti and without, and that want to work towards a Haitian-run country. And I know that people say, well, they had democratic elections. It has been so influenced by the NGOs, which are the non-governmental organizations that come in, and they basically create the policy. It's been so influenced by US foreign policy, by the State Department, because Haiti falls under owing all this money to other nations and having to be in a place of debt. And when they are asking for certain financial aid, there's a lot of rules and restrictions placed on them. And if they can't meet certain levels, then the funding is taken away. So they are forced to sort of comply and mold themselves into the desires of outside countries. So that needs to stop. That needs to change. The American foreign policy, not just in Haiti, but countries like Haiti, needs to change. Where do we start with that? It is a sea change that needs to happen. And I'll loop that a little bit back to FIU, which is the School of International and Public Affairs. One of the things that we aim to achieve with that is creating social and culturally competent graduates who have worked within other cultures, who come from other cultures than just a lot of the white NGOs that go to Haiti or go to a lot of these countries that are in certain places of need. How do we, I think that the School of International and Public Affairs is helping to create students that will spend the time and that part of the curriculum is cultural aspects of development. So, looping that again back to Haiti, so sort of going in a circle, you know, these NGOs that come into Haiti, they have their own agenda. They have their own boards that they need to answer to. They have their own financial objectives. And these are not what the Haitian people want. It might be what they want, but it might be what they need, but not what they want. So without even having a dialogue with the people in a community, you'll see an NGO just set up. They don't talk to the government. I mean, imagine if China went into Overtown, the Chinese government just went into Overtown and said, I don't like the way that the American government is handling this area of the community. We're going to start giving out medication. We're going to start doing, I mean, that would be a nightmare. We never would allow that to happen. So why do we think we can do that in another country? Why do we think that we can bypass another government? Well, a lot of the mentality is, well, it's corrupt and it's not, the American system isn't corrupt. I mean, you know, so you have to work within the parameters that are set up in that country, because the more you circumvent the people who make decisions or who are empowered to make decisions in Haiti, the more you circumvent democracy, the more you perpetuate poverty, the more you perpetuate dependence. So empowering the community in Haiti is the hope for Haiti. Creating the space for them to thrive.